What's going on? This is your boy JB here with the Let's Meet Podcast. I'm here with my boy Dre.
Yes, sir.
We are welcoming you guys to our first official episode. We're coming in. We're going to be giving you a lot of different topics. We're going to touch on fatherhood. We're going to touch on marriage. We're going to touch on, masculinity. We're going to touch on what it means to be a man. This podcast is not just for men. It's for everybody.
Absolutely.
Right. We want to be able to be a voice, have the dialogue, and, have these conversations that'll help, change the narrative and change the culture as we move forward.
Yes, exactly. And hopes for sure. Part of why we started, man, we were just chopping it up one time at the pool table, pool hall, man, and we both athletes, so we real competitive and we want to be like, I'm better than you in this or I'm better than you in that. You know what I mean? So, but outside of that, man, we chop it up as men, and like just having conversations about what goes on in our everyday life, and that kind of made us be like, man, let's just jot this down on the podcast, man. Like that's pretty much why we started in a sense, because it was like an outlet. You know what I mean? I feel like every man need that. You know what I'm saying? Because we go through a lot though as men, man, and I feel like this is a great avenue for sure.
Yeah, most definitely. Like for me, I mean, this is it's my third podcast.
Right,
I'm a veteran now.
For sure, yeah.
But I think
it's my second, man.
So like the first, we started out, it was like a sports podcast.
Yeah.
It was more so, centered around sports coaching and things.
Yeah.
The second was more like a cultural type of thing where you're just kicking it with the boys, you're talking crazy, you're doing whatever.
Yeah,
But it's this one feels different.
Yeah.
It feels it's special,
more meaningful.
because it's a different level in life. Like you at a different point in life, so you having these opportunities to be able to talk to people that's like you, that
For
look
sure.
like you, that's in the same situations in life that you're going through. So that part is special. And just being able to provide dialogue for people who are going to listen, right?
Absolutely.
The listeners, the people that we know, the friends, the followers, and that'll, be able to comment and have these conversations, and we just continue to talk amongst each other as we go.
Yeah, for sure.
I think it's important to have those outlets.
Definitely. Elaborate a little bit about how we met, man.
Yeah. I changed this guy's life.
You wild boy.
So, our wives grew up together. They grew up in the church together. They were best friends. They still talk all the time to this day.
Like sisters.
Yeah, so we met through our wives. Lucky them for having two great guys like us.
Right, definitely.
And from that point, we kind of just clicked, right? He went to West High and all that. But we kind of clicked off of that. We clicked off of the sports talk and just, typical things in men. And actually, I know the one moment where it actually, clicked was we was playing pool at Mango's.
Yeah.
It might have been for somebody's birthday.
At Mango's?
Yeah, it was somebody's birthday.
Yeah,
we celebrated. So we was at Mango's. We playing pool. He's like, "Oh, you play pool?" I'm like, "Yeah." And then from that point, that's kind of been our thing.
Yeah. I automatically thought you was trash.
Yeah.
Like, man, ain't no way you could play, man.
Yeah, man. So, but that's been our thing, right?
For sure.
So
Facts.
we go shoot pool, get drinks, we chop it up, we talk, and we have these same conversations that we having on these microphones is what we have when it's just us two.
Yeah.
So we're like, why not be able to put it on the camera,
Absolutely.
put it out, and let other people have these same conversations, because, I feel like it's important. I feel like when we have our talks and we doing this together, I feel like I'm learning a lot about myself.
It's liberating,
It's
it's liberating for one, and then for two, you eliminate that stress that you hold on to as men too. I feel like it's, like I said earlier, it's not too many outlets. You know what I'm saying? So being able to just talk about it, or being able to like, man, it's my boy, man. This is what happened, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like this, just being able to just speak it out loud, because we hold a lot of things in. You know what I'm saying? Like, I touched about it a little bit earlier, but the rate of man suicide is crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I feel like that's very important to even bring up, and I feel like that's what we're doing with this Us Men podcast, man. We trying to speak to everybody and our viewers and being able to say that this is okay. This is a great outlet to be able to be like, let's just chop it up. Let's just talk about it. You know what I'm saying?
It's like we just kicking.
We're just kicking it.
Like I said, it's not just for men; it's for women as well.
Absolutely,
it's for everybody to kind of be able to take part in having this conversation.
Absolutely,
and just seeing what we can do. I think we on the right path with it. So
yeah.
But the first topic that we wanted to get into today was in terms of what is masculinity? Like, what does masculinity mean to you?
Right.
We see the depictions in the media of different variations of what it means to be a masculine man. So I wanted to ask you how you feel on what you think it is.
When it comes to my upbringing, man, I always I was instilled that being masculine was being a boy that don't cry, being able to succumb a certain amount of pain and not show it. You know what I mean? I felt like that. Growing up was always like masculine being like I'ma handle it. You know what I mean? I don't need nobody else. I'm gonna rock it out by myself. You know what I'm saying? But as I grown and got married and seen the world differently, I had different perspectives on it. I feel like now, as a 31-year-old man, and I feel like masculinity got jokes. Masculinity now means something different to me because you can't do nothing without God. You know what I'm saying? That's your shoulder. You feel what I'm saying? And it gives me different perspective on life as far as the weight ain't all on me. You know what I'm saying? Like so. Yeah, man. So masculinity is a crazy topic in the world we live in now.
But just piggybacking off of that though, like I won't cut you off of that.
Yeah, nah, you good. Go ahead, brother.
I feel like I'm learning that right now. Like in life, like it don't have to be me. It doesn't have to always be I. I got this. I got this. Like especially when you marry, like it's weak. Like but I watch my dad handle everything.
Right.
Like that's my dollar. That's my superhero. So like my vision of what I see as like a man that takes care of his responsibilities is that like I got it.
Facts.
I'm not asking. Like if I don't got it, I'm gonna go get it.
Right.
Then I got it.
Yeah, absolutely.
So like that's one of the big things that I'm trying to unlearn.
Yeah.
Like now at 30,
Yeah.
30. But I'm trying to unlearn that.
We're still young, man. We still young.
But trying to unlearn those things that like it's not even something I was taught. It was just something that I saw happen.
Absolutely,
like, I never saw my dad ask for help. I never saw my dad need for help. Like
but your ability, not to cut you off, but your ability to be able to pick up on that, bro, to say speaks volumes. You know what I'm saying? It's easy to be like, this is what I was taught. This is how my upbringing was, and I'm exactly how my upbringing was. But it's another thing to be able to say I was taught exactly what not to do. You feel what I'm saying? Like not portray the things that are more so negative. You know what I'm saying? Like
for sure,
absolutely.
And then like another thing that that we talk about, especially as like being married, being younger, and we young being married. How old were you when?
25, man. 25.
Yeah, so I was 28.
28. I was at your wedding.
Yeah, you was there. It was a great wedding.
Yeah,
the best wedding I've ever been to.
I know that's right. Not good for that. That's hey, I know that's what's up.
But it's just there's certain pressures that come with it, right? Because like I've been with my wife since I was 19, going on 20.
Right.
Like so, all of my young adulthood is us. We've been together.
Right.
Like we're learning together. We're growing together. And figuring out life together.
Yeah.
It's never been us alone or us separated trying to learn how to do life apart. So there's a lot of pressure in learning.
Yeah.
Like,
absolutely.
You learning on the fly as you go, and sometimes you be like, But but those pressures that we don't necessarily always speak about as men because as
we're supposed to have it all together.
You're supposed to take care of everything. You're supposed to know.
Sure, absolutely.
And, again, that's another thing that I'm learning.
Yeah.
As I'm getting older, is trying to figure out using my words a little bit more and kind of being vocal in terms of things that I may need or may not feel like the best at, because I'll still be having those moments where like I got it.
Yeah.
Like I ain't asking for help. Like I got it.
So would you say that's a challenge for you, or is it one of those things you have to overcome in your marriage? Be like being able to be not only just more vocal, but to be more emotional.
Yeah. I think that's a challenge. I think that's a challenge for a lot of men.
Absolutely, I agree with that, man. That's tough.
Being vulnerable and showing that you don't have it all figured out. You don't have it figured out.
Right. That's the biggest part.
That's the biggest part. That right there is tough.
Absolutely.
Because you kind of feel like you're not as masculine as you're supposed to be.
Exactly.
If you don't have it all figured out.
Yeah.
And I think that's one of the big pressures, especially being young and being married, that you kind of gotta be able to overcome.
So what would you say that scares you about that? Because I would say what scares me about being vulnerable with being married and my marriage would be more so feeling like my wife doubts. It's a doubt part of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, dang, you ain't got it together, then we fold. You know what I mean? But you have to. You know what I'm saying? So, what would you say to that, man?
I think that's the biggest. That's mine. Like, I feel like
you don't want your wife to doubt you or
feel like. I don't want her to look at me and be like, he don't got this.
It's questionable or something like.
Because at that point now, it's like, I do got it.
Yeah, we're gonna figure it out regardless.
Yeah, like, but I don't
We'll figure
never,
it out
I don't
regardless.
never want to look in her eyes and have her feel like, oh, she don't think I can do this, or
Right.
she doubting that I got us. And I think that's huge. Like that's
Yeah.
a huge pressure that
For sure.
I think most men have to overcome that we all feel.
For sure.
Right,
Absolutely. Especially
um,
with being married for
yeah,
one and being in a
yeah.
long relationship too. Absolutely, man.
And and we got kids. Like,
Exactly.
And now it's different. Like I got a daughter and I got a son.
Yeah,
So,
get the
like,
best of both worlds.
You know,
And a
having the best of
Montana.
both worlds, yeah. Having the best of both worlds, but it's also like I want to teach. I want my son to look at me how I look at my dad.
Facts.
Like
Right.
I look at my dad
Yeah,
like,
man.
you know,
man.
like if anything, I know that he gonna come through whatever he needs
For
to come
sure.
through. And I want my daughter to look at that like
Right.
that too. But I'm also knowing that I'm raising a black man in this
Absolutely.
world, so
Absolutely.
it's a lot of things that I have to teach him
Right.
so that he can go on and teach his kids and be successful as well. And it's the same thing that I'm gonna do with my daughter, but it's
Slightly different.
a little different because there's things that I have to teach him that I don't need to teach her.
Right. For sure. Absolutely. Yeah. That's a good segue going to fatherhood as far as
Yeah, man.
what would you say that was one of the most impacts your father had on you? What did he instill in you that you like? I know I gotta instill this in my kids.
Man, listen. I still hear my dad every day.
Right.
Like
Me too. That's why I
like,
asked you that question.
it's one thing that I will always hear is leaders never follow.
Okay.
So like that's the one thing that
Yeah.
always like he's like you're gonna be a leader.
Right.
Like I don't care what you
Yeah,
do, but you're gonna be a leader. Like
Yeah.
I get in trouble. It wouldn't even matter what I did.
Right.
I would get in trouble if I followed you to do it. Like if you persuaded
That's
me
a
to
great
do
point.
it,
For sure.
I'm gonna get in trouble because I followed you as
Yeah.
opposed to I did the act.
Right.
Because he gonna be like, what?
Why you?
Yeah, like
yeah. My dad was the same way. Why you even go there? Why you
Yeah.
even follow them? Yeah, for sure, man.
so that's one of the big things I think for me. Like is the
Yeah.
leadership aspect that he taught me.
That's dope.
It's one of the things that I feel like I do every day in my life. I feel like I'm a leader in everything that I do.
Absolutely.
From look, we doing a podcast. It's us two. Like
Yeah.
we
right.
we took the step together. We lead, and now we did it.
Sure.
Like,
Yeah.
I
Making
did
it happen.
like I did parts to make it happen. You did your parts to make it happen, and
For
we came
sure.
together, and now we're doing
That's
this.
team. That's actual
Yeah.
teamwork right there. For sure.
And then we got the agency, taking the lead on that. I do a lot of the social media stuff, reaching out to guys, setting up meetings. Like I'm leading, I'm taking the step to I'm initiating this process to get going as we keep moving forward.
Yeah.
So that's just one of the small things that I feel like became major in my life. Is
Right.
like leadership is the main aspect that I look to obtain every single day.
That's good. That's great, man. That's what's up.
Yeah.
And that's one of those. That's one of the attributes that you want to instill in
Yeah,
your son.
yeah, absolutely.
And your
That's-
daughter.
Yeah,
as well.
that's one of the things that I try to teach them every day. Like,
Yeah.
if Timmy gonna jump off the bridge,
Yeah.
is you gonna jump off the bridge?
Right.
You
Right.
better not.
That's always been the.
Yeah.
That's always been the thing. For sure.
So that's
Yeah.
that's a huge thing for me.
Yeah.
It's like I don't ever want my kids to follow anybody. Like you got enough of this to be able to. You set the standard.
Absolutely.
Like, we set the standard. That's how we move forward, and that's what we do.
Yeah. I feel like for me, man, my pops was never really vocal for real, but he showed me the way in a
Yeah.
sense, right? But one of the things that stand out to me, man, he always be like, man, you never give up as a man, regardless. No matter what happens, you don't give up. That's one of the biggest things I took away from growing up. And integrity, having integrity as a man, never giving up, and standing on your word. If you say something, you gotta do it.
That's the one right
You
there.
gotta do it.
That's
Because you said it. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, I remember. I remember being younger.
yeah.
And I was good at baseball, like growing up. That was one of my things.
You went better than me, though.
I mean,
I went to college.
that's
man.
debatable. You know what I mean?
Ah!
I stopped playing.
You was a
I
hooper.
stopped playing because I
Good
hated it.
thing.
But I was like, the kids, you'd be like, bro, why you quit?
Right.
I was one of them.
Yeah.
Like,
He was good.
yeah, I was nice. Like, why would you stop? But
Right.
like, I think my dad wanted me to be so great at baseball because he played baseball,
Yeah.
and that made me not like it.
Okay.
When you're a
It's like he was
teenager,
living through you in a sense?
and not even that, but when you're a teenager
Yeah.
and you just want to rebel, you want to go
Right,
against
right,
whatever
right,
your parents is
Whatever
telling
the
you.
rules are.
Yeah,
For sure.
My dad wanted to play baseball. I'm not playing baseball.
Yeah,
Like,
for
yeah.
sure.
And
Absolutely.
so I think that was like one of the biggest things.
Yeah.
With that, but I wanted to quit like 6th grade, and he was like, "No, you're not quitting.
Right.
You already started. You
Yeah.
signed up. Like
Yeah.
you gave your word.
Yeah.
You're gonna finish this
Yeah.
season. Now, if you want to do it next year, we'll talk about it then. But you gonna finish this year. And
For
it was
sure.
like the
You started
second,
something,
yeah,
you
this
gotta
is like the
finish it.
second practice.
Yeah,
I'm like, bro,
for
I do
sure.
not want to do this.
That's crazy. That's relatable to me too because that's how that's how my dad was when it came to football.
Yeah.
So I never had the heart and the passion for football, even though I was good at it. My dad seen like athleticism. He was like, "Man, you good. Like you need to be playing this. Like you know what I'm saying." But at the end of the day, that ain't what my heart was at. Like, and he saw that. But at the same time, he wanted to be like, "Nah, if we started it. I didn't sign these papers. You gotta play. Like you know what I'm saying."
Sure.
But baseball and track, that was where I was at for sure.
It's alright. I mean, you was at the CPS school, man. That baseball is not good in the CMAC, man.
I mean, that's debatable. That's debatable. That's debatable.
Y'all be out there. No,
That's debatable, but at the end of the day, I'm an athlete. Regardless if I'm playing for the CMAC or whatever team, now I'm the greatest one on the team. Believe that.
I believe it. I can only take it word.
Right.
I mean, I can look it up on the CMAX stats. As a matter of fact, that's what I'm gonna do.
That's cool.
The next episode,
that's cool.
I'm
We're
gonna
gonna look it up.
and I'm gonna have the stats in my hand, and we gonna read off.
But I don't know. The stats don't really mean. So Nah, we could do that though. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I got you.
We
We
gonna
can do
come in.
that
We
for
gonna
sure.
have the CMAX stats. We gonna see what he batted. We gonna get the batting average. We gonna see if we had any home runs.
Yeah,
We
for
gonna-
sure.
we
High
gonna-
school.
Yeah,
It's
in
my
high
college.
school. No, high school.
Okay.
You was in the CMAC.
Yeah, for sure.
I hope you got a lot. They be throwing on. That's how they throw the ball.
No, they don't.
They just pitch it.
No,
They
they
throw
don't.
underhand.
No.
He was playing softball.
That's cool. 'Cause I heard you ain't make the team, man.
Man, when?
Never.
Yeah, I probably did.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
See,
a lot
what
of
happened
jokes.
was, right, man, like,
You
my
wasn't
knee,
good
I
enough.
blew my knee out. Now, for real, now, it was one of them things, like, especially my senior year, I didn't want to do it.
Yeah.
I was trying to be a rebel.
Right.
And then my dad, like, oh, you can play. Nope.
Yeah.
Just because he
for
wanted,
sure.
yeah, like, so,
Yeah.
like, my senior year, I didn't play. I should have played,
Yeah.
but, but,
That's a great segue though, man. How important do you feel like sports is for your sons and your daughter? Because you got, like I said, you got both. I got two sons. How important do you think sports is as far as what it instills in a child?
bro, team sports are so important.
Why?
It's
Elaborate on that.
because it teaches you the values of like leadership. It teaches you discipline. It teaches you
Absolutely.
structure. It teaches you just teamwork.
Absolutely.
Right? Like that's all the things that you need, especially growing up. You need that going into the workforce.
Absolutely.
You need that at home. You
Absolutely.
need that everywhere.
Absolutely.
Like my daughter started playing basketball. She did basketball this year. This was her first year, like actually doing it. And I was like, I'm not coaching. You know, I coach.
Yeah.
I'm not coaching her. Like I'm not doing that. If she want to work out, I train her. I work out with her, but
Right.
I'm not coaching her because I want her to learn from somebody else. I want her to hear a different voice. I want somebody else to yell. I want somebody else to tell her to run.
Yeah.
I want somebody I want to separate that.
Right.
You know, maybe at a later time I'll come back and I'll start coaching her. But
Yeah.
right now I want her to kind of get the basics, get the fundamentals, and get that start the discipline and learning the game from a different voice than just mine.
Absolutely.
So
That make a lot of sense. For sure. And to elaborate on that, man, I feel like the same thing. Also, it's definitely important to instill those qualities within your child, and that's just another avenue. You know what I'm saying? Just another avenue to ensure that they show up on time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's important. Whenever, like you said, going to the workforce, being able to show up on time, being able to handle pressure.
yes.
You know what I'm saying? Especially for boys. I got two boys.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You can't crack under pressure. You got to be able to, consult with yourself, with your emotions as well. You got to be, your EQ got to be top notch. And your IQ. You know what I mean? Like,
bro, there's nothing like pressure.
yeah.
In the last inning of a baseball game,
Right.
when it's 2 out,
Can't
you
crack
got
under
somebody
pressure.
else second, y'all down by 1, and you got to get a hit.
Right. You got to.
You know what I'm saying? Like if you don't, you strike out, the game over. Like
Yeah.
y'all lost. Now everybody gonna blame you for the loss.
But exactly. But I feel like it's important for a child to go through that.
Yeah.
And be able to be like, okay, I went through these things and I move forward from there. 'Cause
Yeah.
that can either crush a kid or build a kid,
Yeah,
right?
100%.
You know what I'm saying? So I feel like sports is a great avenue to teach kids, how to be an adult in a sense.
Yeah, 100%.
Right?
So when it comes to, are you gonna let your kids play football?
See, I go back and forth with this because I played football, right? But I played football in the sense of because I was good at it, right? For one. And then for two, because my dad instilled it into me and saying, how it used to be like, you scared? You don't want to play football? So I had to prove a point. Like, bro, I'm not scared. This ain't my sport. I don't want to do that. You know what I'm saying? So it was kind of like that. But as a father now, I want my sons to do whatever it is they want to do. My 5-year-old, he loved basketball. I say, son, you want to play football? Nah. You want to play soccer? Nah. You want to play baseball? Nah. I just want to play basketball. So I'm not going to be like, nah, we're going to try and see if you're good at this sport too. I'm going to just go 100% at basketball or whatever you want to do. You know what I mean?
I mean, I get that, but I also feel like I would still try.
Why is that?
So like for example, Caitlin, right? Like my daughter, she didn't want to play basketball.
Right.
Like she was absolutely not. I don't want to play basketball.
But she didn't be great.
I took her to basketball and she loves it.
Right.
Like she loved it to the point that she like, Daddy, I want to work on my basketball.
Yeah.
So like, trying it, like try anything, like take it to soccer, take it to baseball, like. You ain't got to do it forever. You just do it for this year, see if you like it. If you don't like it, we go back to what we doing.
That's
just to kind of give you like the
see what you're really good at or what you
like just to see what you like.
They might like it. Yeah,
like you might go play soccer and play soccer all the way through high school.
Right.
And it'd be like, oh man, I would have never thought I loved this game, but so like, I'm definitely an advocate of just trying everything.
Yeah, so I can't be biased, huh?
Yeah. Try everything. You know what I'm saying?
That's great advice though, man. I didn't even look at it from that perspective, bro.
But then I also look at it like, for example, I played everything growing up.
Right.
So like. I got friends in baseball, I got friends in soccer, I got friends in basketball, I got friends from all over the place. I be knowing people, and they be like, how you know that?
Yeah,
we play together. Like, yeah. Like,
for sure.
They be like, how you know that? We play basketball together.
Yeah,
we was on the AU team together. Like, we played soccer in 5th grade. Like, so that's one of the things that, like, I think is so important. It's just trying a little bit of everything, figuring out what you like. You can specialize whenever, but, like, figuring out what it is that you might like. You might like something you never knew you would like. Sure, you might be out there playing tennis.
Right.
And now you like.
Yeah, it's an enjoyment now.
Yeah, you love it. Now this is what you do. You turn pro at 15.
Right.
Now you took care of me.
That's a great. That's like I said. That's great advice, man. That's a great perspective also too. I didn't even think about it like that. I just figured, whatever he into, I'm gonna just go ahead and go 100% because if I go 100% in whatever he's into, you know what I mean, he might be the greatest at that.
Yeah, but
you know what I'm saying?
Kids get burnt out so fast. Like I seen it like at the high school level coaching, where you coaching somebody and they play basketball since they was 6 years old.
Right.
And they get to their junior year of high school and they like, I don't want to play no more.
Yeah.
Like I'm burnt out. I'm tired of this just straight basketball, basketball,
Right,
and they don't want to do it no more.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm an advocate of playing multiple sports.
Yeah.
Trying a little bit of everything, see what you like, what you don't like, and you can cut it out from there. Like,
Absolutely.
you don't like soccer this year? All right, we'll cut it out. We'll go to the next thing and just keep moving like that.
Absolutely. So you gonna have more kids?
No.
Why not?
I'm done.
Why?
I got one of each.
Yeah, lucky you.
I got a daughter. I got a son. We good.
Yeah.
I don't need no more kids.
Yeah.
And it's been cool. Like the second go round been cool. Like the second go round been a lot different than the first to me at least. I think it's more so.
You're 32, man. Having more kids is crazy.
But I think because like my daughter was such a mama's girl.
Yeah.
Like at the beginning, like early stages, to where like she always wanted mommy. She always wanted mommy. To where like right now, my son turned 10 months yesterday.
Yeah.
He's super daddy's boy. Like that's what he want. He want me all the time. And I'm like, oh, let's go. I'll be happy. He wake up in the middle of the night. He come to me. I'm like, yes.
Yeah.
So like, for me, it's a little different because it's like, now this kid is like attached to my hip.
Yeah.
Like wherever I go, he want to go.
Yeah.
Like
he gonna want to be just like you. I promise
so
you.
like
He gonna mimic everything.
So like this go around it's been different for me. Like seeing it like a different level of love in the case of like they want to be attached to your hip. Like my daughter was like she would be like that every now and then.
Yeah.
But she was more so like I want to be with my mommy. I want to be with mommy. So now like this one has been like. Been a little eye opening. I'm like, oh man, maybe I am cool, man.
I respect that. That's dope, man.
So it's fun, like so having the two, and you're gonna see it. You're gonna see like the age gap, having like the far apart. You know, we
have 2 boys though. You know, that make a difference.
Nah, I don't think so.
Because everything you saying about your son, that's how my son was from day one.
Yeah,
daddy, he gonna be just like me.
But so like I'm saying, just in the general like of getting used to it or getting accustomed to it.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
So like. 5 years old.
Right.
You've been the only child for 5
years. Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Grandma and grandpa.
Yeah.
That's your grandma and grandpa. Now you had another one.
Yeah.
And that's our grandma and grandpa. Nah, it don't work like that. So you know, like that's been this part of like the parenthood and like navigating and having 2 kids and you know with such a wide age range.
Yeah.
Having to figure out how to make sure that you know my 5-year-old, my 6-year-old now. Right. Knows that you know we still love you the same. We just got to make sure that you sharing your parents, you sharing your grandparents, you sharing your toys because now you got a little sibling. So
Yeah.
that's been very interesting to say the least.
I think that might be like the least part that I'm looking forward to.
Oh,
That
yeah,
transition,
yeah.
man. I think it's better just to have them back to back.
Yeah, I was thinking that too, but then I was like, I don't know if I would want 2 car seats.
But see, I don't even think about it like that. I think about it.
They're
They're gonna be growing at the same time almost.
Yeah,
you know
but
what
I
I'm
think about
saying?
them
Like,
2 car seats for the first 5
that's
years.
that's a season. You know, everything lasts for a season. You know what I'm saying? That's just a season. It ain't forever. I can get through that.
Nah, man, that's a long season.
But you gotta think about too. At least what I always thought about is the relationship they're gonna have.
Yeah.
With them being so far apart. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's one of the things I always feared. I think it's better to have them, back to back, just so they can grow up together and be closer. And like so far apart, 5 years apart is a long time. You know, my sister, we 3 years apart, and I wouldn't necessarily say we the closest, but then she's 3 years older than me, right? So then I got a little brother who's only 2 years younger than me. I don't remember him growing up. He's always been there. You know what I'm saying?
You
So
just
I
woke up one day.
yeah, exactly. Like, so it's always been like that, and I feel like that's better than, like, at least this is my opinion. I just feel like it's better than being like, oh, then he didn't came along or she didn't came along, like,
right? So like for me, like my older brother was 4 years older than me,
right,
and then my brother and sister are 4 years younger than me.
Okay.
So like growing up, like I was always like when I'm at my dad's house, like my older brother and my cousin, they both 4 years older than me. So it's like I'm a part of them. I'm just the youngest of the part of them, but I'm still a part of them.
Right.
But then like at my mom's, my brother and sister, they with me.
Yeah.
They're a little younger, but they with me. So it was like they looked up to me as big brother. Like I looked up to my big brother and big cousin as my big brother. So
right.
I don't know. Like I thought that was cool, but even now, like I'm saying, like my son loved he loved his sister.
Mm-hmm.
Like he wake up in the morning, he trying to crawl to her, he trying to get in her bed, he trying to wake her up. So like I don't know. I think the older age limit is kind of cool too because you get to see a different dynamic of the relationship.
Gotcha.
As opposed to like, well, he 2, he 1, and they just throw stuff at each other. Like,
Right.
So,
I can appreciate that too, man. So that's what I got to look forward to, huh?
most definitely, it's gonna be fun, man. It's almost there.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah,
it's coming.
Like a month and a half or something like that.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's scary.
I ain't gonna lie, time flew.
Yeah,
the time
for
definitely
sure.
flew. We was out together.
Yeah,
it was one of them pool time. I was cooking that night too.
Nah,
yeah, that was one of them nights when you told me that.
Yeah,
I remember that. I had to keep a secret.
You didn't keep it. You definitely didn't keep it though. Somebody had to. You ain't keep nothing.
Man, I tried to
you told it all. I can't get trouble with you.
Hey, that was so funny. I will not forget that. I'm like, why would you tell him that you know? You supposed to.
Right.
She Jay said.
It's a beautiful thing though, man. For sure, it's a beautiful thing. It was just, it was a beautiful thing though, man. Having children, bringing children into this world, and being able to implement what's been instilled in you, and what you've learned over the years, and to be able to instill it in them, it's a great thing, man. Especially when it comes to being able to instill God into them. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? That's one of the things I wish I would have learned earlier, because I didn't grow up praying, or I didn't grow up going to church or any of those things.
See, that was the thing though. Like my dad, like he was big on it.
That's dope.
Like it was like he was big on it, but like my dad's dad was a deacon.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
So like he was in the church, so it he instilled that in my dad later.
Right.
Like, it wasn't like something he grew up in. He instilled it in him later, but it was something that my dad wanted to emphasize with me and my brother as we were younger. So it was something that I kind of like grew up around and kind of just had that experience.
So do you instill those things? Do you still let into your children, like the importance of praying, the importance of reading the Bible,
bedtime,
the word,
like bedtime with my daughter, we try to say our prayers every night.
Yeah.
And try to just get her into into the rhythm of doing it every single day.
Absolutely.
And it's big for us specifically, just to kind of continue that and learning from it and growing. So.
Yeah. Absolutely, yeah, man. I feel like that goes a long way, man. As far as their character goes, as far as who they gonna become as an adult too. Like, you know what I mean? I feel like that's the foundation. Honestly,
got something to lean back on.
Exactly, that's the foundation. I think anything outside of that is, is a plus, really. You know what I mean? So,
sure.
Definitely, man, for sure.
Yeah, man. And then one of the other topics that we wanted to get into today was, the conversations that we as men don't necessarily have enough.
That's a big one right
you
there,
know,
man.
that's one of the big ones.
Yeah.
When it comes to like mental health, being vulnerable about the mental health,
Yeah.
and being honest about it.
Right.
I think a lot of us are, have
Fearful.
not. Yeah, I would say fearful. I would say a lot of us are fearful, but I think a lot of us go through depression.
Absolutely.
I think a lot of us have PTSD.
Absolutely.
I think a lot of these the stressors of life really drive us to to that point.
Yeah.
But because we are, and I don't even think it's just men. I
Yeah.
think it's all of us.
Yeah, it's human.
But we're at this point of like we're in the circle of life and we're trying to keep going and
Okay,
especially
like
when you got, hey, come on, that was my name for real. That was my name.
Bro,
Simple.
Simple.
Yeah. They
I can
know
see
me.
that.
Simple Escobar. I remember, but but I think it's one of those things where because you going through life, you don't really have time to reflect on why I'm sad or why I'm stressing or why I'm going through this because you're trying to make sure you pay your bills so your kids, your family got food. So
you got time to process.
Yeah, so I think that's one of the big things that we don't get to talk about because you got to just keep pushing forward. You just got to keep moving. So, is there anything for you that you feel personally that kind of, you have those moments where you feel like, man, I'm down, I'm not doing what I'm supposed to do, or I'm feeling depressed, or I'm feeling like, do you have any things to cope? Like, you have coping mechanisms that help you when you feel like you're having these moments?
Yeah, man. I feel like a lot of people could relate to this. I feel like a lot of men could relate to this, rather. I feel like it always comes a time where you feeling like, dang, man, the whole world is coming down on me, or dang, man, I don't know how I'm gonna figure this out, or man, you know what I mean? That man feeling, you know what I'm saying? But I feel like we've all been there, man, and I feel like the only way we can cope, and this maybe just this might be my personal belief, but only way we can cope to me is praying, right? And to me, what helped me was going to the boxing gym.
Yeah.
Boxing gym pretty much saved me for real.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? Because it was times where I was like, man, I don't know what I'm finna do. Like, I don't know. I felt like I was like, dang, like ready to crash out. You know what I'm saying? I feel like a lot of men can relate to that because crashing out can mean a couple different things. You know what I'm saying? Like in different. You know what I mean? So, yeah, man, I think going to the boxing gym saved me. Praying saved me. Getting closer to God saved me. Being able to find my identity in the sense.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like being able to say, okay, I am who I am outside of these things, outside of being a husband, outside of being a father, outside of being, going to work every day. Who am I outside of those things? You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's important for each man to be able to find out who you are outside of those things. You know what I'm saying? That kind of was what I went through and discovered.
Yeah, that's crazy. I really feel like we just had a breakthrough in that whole little minute. I'm sitting here and I'm thinking, because like I go to the gym in the mornings.
Yeah.
I try to go in the morning before I go to work.
Yeah.
Like that 5 a.m. It'd be tough.
Right.
Waking up at 5 a.m. is like
Yeah.
I feel like that's my time though, but that's my time alone where it's
sure.
like from that 5 o'clock to 6 o'clock I'm not dad, husband.
Right.
Like, I'm about to go to this gym and get this work. I'm
me.
me.
For
like,
sure, exactly.
That's my time to like do what I need to do and get done for the day.
Yeah.
And I think it's so important to have those moments, like outlets. Like, so sometimes get off work, go home. I just jump on the game.
Yeah,
I'm about to play the game for a minute, just to like relax and kind of just decompress. And like I find for me, a lot of times I won't even go to sleep at a normal bedtime, which is probably it'd be my problem a little bit, because then you got that 5 o'clock come real quick.
Get up.
When you go to sleep at 12:30.
Sure. Yeah, definitely.
But it's finding, like sometimes it's just like I'll be in the house, I ain't talking, I ain't doing that, I'm just playing the game, or I'm just sitting there watching TV. I ain't even watching the TV. I'm just sitting there, the TV on, but I'm not there. I'm just chilling, thinking about nothing.
Yeah,
and but just having those releases and those outlets, I think is super important.
Yeah.
To have those moments where you're not dad, or you're not husband, or you're not mom, you're not wife, like just having those moments of solitude and just alone where you can kind of just be in your thoughts.
Absolutely. That's a great segue, man, to our next episode, man. I think our next episode we're going to talk about what it look like for men to be at peace and what peace means to us. You know what I mean? I feel like we could elaborate on that all day. But this has been another episode of Us Men, man, and thank you for tuning in.
Yes, sir. We'll see y'all
God
next
bless.
week.
How long we go, Pop?